Range 92 here with Nicole.
Hey.
And as the title says, this is Star Wars Episode 9, the final trailer that aired last night during the halftime show during Monday Night Football. And I've already watched this trailer at least 10 times, and I immediately had to do a breakdown video for this. So let's get right into the video. We're going to watch the trailer the first time, and then play it back and kind of go through a breakdown of each scene. So let's get to it. So
it's an instinct.
I like that helmet. It's a different helmet for her.
Wasn't that Leia's?
That was Leia's helmet when she was on Endor.
Brought us together. We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
I want to know what ship that is.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely part of the Death Star.
I want to know what the hell that is.
Long have I waited,
That throne, man.
and now you're coming together. Is your undoing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
That's sad. That's so sad. It's Christmas when it's not really Christmas. They always say Christmas.
Fear. It's the destiny
I want to know what they're going to do with Leia.
your destiny.
I think Leia will be in a quarter of the movie, maybe half.
Yeah.
The Force will be with you.
Will it?
Always.
Look at that. Look at that. The Rise of Skywalker. The ticket's on sale now. So, let's start from the very beginning. And right here at this shot, when she drops the helmet that Leia had on Endor in Return of the Jedi, I don't know how it would play a role in that, but this shot right here where she deflects a blaster bolt from the training bot right here. She's obviously training, but I just don't know what the helmet,
Signifies?
yeah, exactly, like how it plays a role in that.
Like, why is she holding it?
Right, exactly. You know, like, was she holding it? Did she just drop it? Like, I don't...
It could be that this is the beginning of her training, and Leia gave that to her to, like, and was talking to her about, like, why she was here before, and
Right.
how her brother was training with the bot, and she
Like,
was,
I mean, I
and
think
she
it's cool.
activated the training bot, and then she
Right.
dropped the helmet and started
Yeah,
running.
but what does she need the helmet for? Because the helmet that Leia had on Endor didn't have a blaster shield. Like,
what I'm saying
like
is,
a visor.
I think Leia gave it to her while she was telling her a story, maybe. And she was
Okay.
like, okay, now your training begins or whatever. And she drops the helmet and starts running.
That makes sense. Okay. All right.
It's an instinct.
And at first, when I heard the voice, it's an instinct, I didn't know who it was. But after watching the trailer multiple times, you can actually hear that it's Poe.
It's an instinct.
The force jump is really cool. But then I, like, after watching it for like the fourth time, thought to myself, is it a force jump, or is it just a regular jump that she did to kind of just get to the other side? But then if you hear in the background, they kind of put that little Force sound effect to it.
Feeling. The Force brought us together.
So obviously, they're having all the new characters so far stayed aligned. First was Poe, saying it's an instinct, and then Finn with his new hairdo, new outfit, and everything, saying the Force brought us together, which I like. Now this planet, I don't know where it is. I honestly do not think it's Endor, unless it's like a rebooted Endor from Return of the Jedi, to make it look more of like a modern jungle.
I don't know, but it looks like she's still training because she's by herself running.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I like it. I like the way the planet looks. Now this really, 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 really reminds me, like this shot reminds me of Empire Strikes Back, when Han, Luke, Leia are at the Millennium Falcon in the hangar, plotting an attack against the Empire. Like, this really brought me back to that.
You know what I just thought of?
Mm-hmm.
You know how at the end of the last movie, they were being attacked, and they went to another planet where they had defenses and blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
This isn't the same planet, right? They left that planet after.
Well, we don't know. I mean, yeah, like, they left that planet because Luke, caused a distraction. Mm-hmm. So this is definitely a different planet.
Okay.
I say. They could have just went back, but I doubt they would.
Mm-hmm.
We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them.
So obviously there's an issue between comrades here where, Poe's talking about good people will like follow if we lead them. And obviously it's a matter of people's fear of, will we last against the First Order? Why are we attacking the First Order? Who's going to lead us? You know what I mean? So it's just sounds like it's like a motivational speech to get people to actually stand up against the First Order.
People keep telling me.
I just want to know where this is, because this
I feel
looks
like
beautiful.
I feel like this is where the Death Star.
Well,
is.
I say it's definitely the Death Star's in the water, but from the way this looks and this cannon right here, this looks like the top of a Star Destroyer. Mm-hmm. So I'm not quite sure. I really don't have much to go on that, but I definitely
It kind of
think
looks like back here is like the Death Star.
yeah, in the background. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That could be rocks or mountains for all we know. I'm not really sure.
They know me. No one does.
But I do.
Now that I think that's badass. How like there's tidal waves of water, and
Except
this
it kind of doesn't
dude,
make any sense.
this dude's walking out of the water like he's Jesus,
But it
like a
kind of doesn't
badass.
make any sense because it's like the sabers are kind of like fire-ish. Right?
Well, I mean, we've seen rain in the cartoons and in I think Attack of the Clones, episode 2, Attack of the Clones. The one time you see Obi-Wan ignite his saber when it's raining, and even as a kid, I'm like, shouldn't it be sparks kind of flying off of it or something like that, or it flickering in the water, when something hits it? But I don't know. But and then I don't know why Kylo consistently turns his saber backwards. I don't get that. Maybe it's a saber style, but with a crossguard saber, I don't like it. It just looks weird. And the whole cape thing, in my opinion, I don't like it. Cause the outfit that he had in The Last Jedi, I liked. With no helmet, no cape, it actually looked pretty cool. But it is what it is. Now this is what really gets me, is you see stars and everything along the side right here. So what my theory is that this is definitely a portal. This is this is just my opinion, my theory. This is definitely a portal because I've never in the history of Star Wars, and I've been into Star Wars for going on 23 years now, since I was 4, and I just turned 27. I've seen some crazy shit, but this looks like some creature or something ripped a hole in like the galaxy, in like the third wall, and is like trying to reach out. But you see individual TIE fighters going towards this thing or into it. I honestly don't know what this is. It's definitely something leading to another planet, because you see mountains, you see water, you see the reflection of this mountain in the water. So I mean, I
feel like it's almost looks like a glacier, but like if you look like here, it doesn't really symbolize or look like a rip, kind of. I mean, like down here it looks more like a rip, but if you look like here,
oh, you know what? I just realized something. You look around here. That's the sky on the planet. I think they're on the planet. All this right here is reflecting in here. I think they're already on the planet.
I think that's water.
I think that is water, and they're just above it. So it looks like a really, because I was about to say, this is the only shot in the entire trailer that confused the hell out of me. I'm like, why is there a rip in the freaking sky? Or in space? I'm like, where the hell is this at? Excuse me. But I just realized this, let's say this entire thing is like one piece. A big, huge ice glacier, like you said, and this is the water. And this is reflecting.
If you look,
I did not realize that. I literally thought they were in space, and there's like a big, huge rip, and like a illustrator, or rather animator, fucked up or something.
I feel like this is gonna be where she has either that vision or whatever with the double.
That's what I'm thinking too. She either, because like I definitely say that's a vision, but I do have another theory that I'll talk about later on.
And I think when they're fighting, I think she's gonna basically be kidnapped, I guess, and that's why you saw Finn screaming Rey. Because I think she either goes with Kylo or Kylo takes her.
Well, you see, I think they definitely fight a couple of times, not just once.
Right.
Or it could just be one big, huge, gigantic fight, but like leading off somewhere. But I don't know how they would get off that ship. You know, I think
she's gonna go somehow with Kylo. He's gonna take her here or wherever. She's gonna have either that vision or whatever that was, and because you see, I don't know if we've gotten to it yet, where they're fighting in like this white room.
Yeah, there's a couple of shots where they're fighting in 2 different areas.
Well, technically 3, because that room with Palpatine.
If you're talking about the Emperor's throne room, I don't count that yet because her saber is ignited, but his is not. But we'll get to that in a second. Now that throne, when I saw that, like the trailer was already starting. It started out amazing, it really did. But then I saw this fucking throne. I'm like, holy shit! Game of Thrones throwback, and 2. That looks like a really, really, really ancient Sith throne. Like a really old type of throne that a Sith Lord, Sith Grandmaster, whatever you want to call it, will sit on. And it looks ancient, like an ancient relic, as if the Emperor already found this decades ago and had it transported either onto the Death Star, or maybe this is on another planet altogether. You know what I mean? And I honestly am going to go with that this throne is on a different planet altogether, and Kylo and or the Emperor are going to go here, or some. There's going to be a huge this is going to play a huge role in the movie without a doubt. Like, look at that thing. Holy crap.
This part right here almost looks like that guy that Rey killed with the throne he was sitting on, just this little
Snoke?
part. Yeah. If you
Snoke's
look
throne?
at it, it looks a little bit like it.
Can you imagine if, well, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, if you guys go back to the first trailer where you see Rey with the double-bladed saber, and then look in the background,
This kind of
looks like this throne looks like it could be in that same area. You know what I mean? And
that could be like if she's. I'm assuming it's a vision.
Absolutely.
It could be the vision that she's having, and she's like, that's her throne.
Right.
And somebody was threatening her or something. I don't know, but this could be like meant for her. The chosen one or whatever.
Right.
So it could be very well that it's that scene where she's with the double saber, double-sided saber.
Now, you see, I like the line that the Emperor says right here, "Long have I awaited."
Have I waited? I waited. Long have I waited.
Long have I waited. Now, this shot looks like, and when I first saw it,
Yeah, it's the ground.
when I first saw this shot of the old Star Destroyer, I thought it was underwater because the way they slowed, like it was in slow motion, they slowed down the shot. It would look like as if it was coming out of water, but that's definitely from underground, as if it was buried for so long. So if you look at this shot one more time,
It could also be ice.
it could be ice. You're right. Absolutely. I think it is an icy planet, but I don't know. Now this right here, the Millennium Falcon, with the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels that I see over here, and all these other ships in the background. Now what I think this entire movie is going to be about is, besides Rey and Kylo Ren, is that the Resistance is gathering every single ally in the entire galaxy to take on the First Order and have like one last stand. But I have another theory too that I'll get to later on about the First Order.
You remember that scene in the last trailer with Kylo fighting these men?
Yeah, in the forest, in like a red forest.
I wonder if it's on that planet too.
Maybe.
Because it's snowy.
Well, it didn't look snowy. It was just like an all red planet. That it looked more like fiery, but you don't see fire. But I get what you're saying, though.
You're coming together.
Now, that line, "you're coming together," is obviously you see Chewie, Poe, Finn, and Rey together as friends. They're stronger together as friends. That's just the whole idea of the whole good side thing. And then you see, in my opinion, this okay choreography with Kylo Ren and Rey. And in my opinion, it looks a little stiff. I mean, I hope there's more, better choreography. Because it kind of looks like Kylo's doing like wide strikes, and she's like kind of like doing spins and quick strikes.
Is your undoing.
Now this ship, that little small ship going over the waterfall, I don't know about how that plays a role in it, but it probably doesn't. Probably doesn't. But that right here is the rim of the Death Star. Absolutely.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
Now that's sad right there. He's like, I'm taking one last look at my friends. And then if you remember the scene from the first trailer of Rise of Skywalker, everyone made theories like, oh, his eyes are red. He's, a protocol is activated, and he's probably going to defend himself, blah, 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 whatever. But now that we get this trailer, all those freaking theories about 3PO being, like, activating a protocol Like, defense protocol is totally debunked now, in my opinion. What it is, and I 150% think this entirely, that his eyes turned red because he's looking at past memories of Luke, Han, Leia, and everything that's pretty much happened since episode 4, because in episode 3, Leia's father, Senator Organa, literally said, have the protocol droids' minds wiped. So they only have memories from episode 4, A New Hope, until now. Or so we think, because we don't know if that whole mind wiping of the protocol droids, in this case R2 and 3PO, even was successful. But it has to be successful. It must have been successful, because if it wasn't, all these years he would have told, like C-3PO and R2 would have told Luke, Han, and Leia what they experienced beforehand. Mm-hmm. The Clone Wars, the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin, everything, pretty much. But
I feel like what's going to happen is, I feel like he is going to get back old memories, maybe those memories that were wiped,
right?
And that's why you see his eyes red. But in him saying basically goodbye is because it will completely wipe his memory now. Maybe?
Right.
I don't know.
See, my what I thought, my theory is that his eyes are glowing red, and he was looking at past memories, but the reason why he's doing so is because he thinks that they're not going to survive. Maybe Rey doesn't want to fight Kylo anymore, and she refuses to, and the only way to survive is if she confronts him. And that's why Luke, later on in the trailer, states the line that confronting fear is the destiny of the Jedi. When Luke was afraid to fight his father, Yoda kept telling him, it's the only way. You must confront Vader. Otherwise, all is lost.
I mean, it could also be, though, that he's talking to Kylo, not talking to
right.
her.
Like, I've yet to see anyone, besides Snoke, and, of course, General Hux, talk to Kylo. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rey's talked to Kylo, but I mean, like, bad guy-wise. You know what I mean? So, and I really hope there are Force ghosts. And I think 90% that there will be, because Rey could be watching like an old hologram that Luke made for her, and he could be talking to her that way, or you know what I mean. So I don't know.
I feel like what's gonna happen is, I feel like Luke is gonna reach out to Kylo and try to get through to him, because he feels responsible for Kylo kind of being pushed to the dark side.
Okay.
Based off of past movie. So he kind of feels responsible for it. So I feel like he's going to try to reach out to him one more time, and as a Force ghost, or he could have made whatever they're called, a holotape or whatever, a hologram, and send it to him before he
a recorded message,
explaining everything to him.
I mean, like R2 in The Last Jedi still had the original hologram message for Obi-Wan Kenobi from episode 4. And he used that to convince Luke to not necessarily go back, but to help. In which he did. He did a force projection. First time ever seen in the movies. And oh man, it was epic. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know. It's not Christmas. It's like the week before.
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi.
So I think with that line where he's like, confronting fear is the destiny of the Jedi, that definitely confirms that she doesn't want to fight him or kill him, because it will ultimately probably come to that, and she knows that, and she doesn't want to. Now, why would she not want to? Maybe she finds out something beforehand that's very vital to the story, and then changes her mind about fighting him, because for the last 2 movies, she's had no problem going up against Kylo Ren in a
I think
one-on-one lightsaber fight.
I think she doesn't want to kill him because
Mm-hmm.
she feels connected to him and feels like she can help him go to the light side.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's why she would be hesitant to kill him, because she's like, there's still light in him. I can
Right.
see it, you know.
I feel like at the end of the Last Jedi, when they kind of try to connect their minds again
Mm-hmm.
after Snoke's death, and she's on the Millennium Falcon, and he just got into that old base.
Mm-hmm.
She literally ignored it.
Mm.
She pressed the button, and the lift to the ship just went up. So I mean, I don't know if she still wants that connection. I have no idea, but we will see. Lando's back. Like, what are those? Are those horses? Horses in space?
They look like alien horse thingies.
Alien horse thingies?
Yeah.
Now this right here, that shot, when they're in the Emperor's throne room, my God, look at that. Look at that.
Now, we
That's
can't-
such a beautiful
We
scene.
can't really say that his saber isn't lit because
It could be an edited thing.
Right.
It really could. It could be an edited thing where they show his saber not ignited.
or it could literally be he hasn't ignited it
Yeah,
yet.
right. But why does she already have hers ignited?
Well, I feel like she's already on the defensive because
Mm-hmm.
it's Kylo.
fair enough.
So she's already on the defensive, so she's already going to have it ignited. Well, he is, just Kylo, and he knows how to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's, evil, and she's not, so he kind of knows how to trick her, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Or make her feel, I guess, worried, you could say.
That shot is just beautiful. Like that. Like I'm trying to freeze frame it at like a good spot. There we go. Like when I saw this in the trailer last night when it aired, I'm like, holy shit. So if you notice throughout the entire trailer, there are so many references and remnants of the Emperor, but still we do not actually see the Emperor. Therefore, it is confirming a lot of people's theories that he's returning, but not in the way that we think. I strongly think. I have two theories. One, he's returning, but like possessing someone, and is using them like, I forgot the guy's name, Darth something, where he died, and his helmet, he can possess whoever is wearing his helmet. So I don't know how. I think he's definitely possessing someone.
So, I don't know, because when you see at the end that figure that's cloaked...
We're going to go over that hardcore, without a doubt. But I'm just kind of fanboying over this scene right here.
It could be that he is possessing somebody, and it could be that it's Rey, and she's a clone, and he's possessing one of her clones.
And that's my other theory. That's my other theory, too.
And that's why she had that vision, or if it is a vision.
I definitely say it's a vision.
Yeah.
But remember, people, don't debunk the whole clone thing yet, because in episode 7, The Force Awakens, in that scene with Hux and Kylo stated, maybe we should consider using a clone army. Therefore, he's stating that they still have the ability to make clones, even after Attack of the Clones, even after Revenge of the Sith. They are still able to still make clones. Therefore, I still think, like that, my other theory is that cloaked figure we see at the end, Rey looking at, could be a clone of her, possessed by Palpatine. We saw that vision of her with a double-bladed lightsaber for a reason. And I think the way they did the last trailer, with you see Darth Maul like a flashback, and then at the very end you see her with a double-bladed lightsaber. But that's for a different video. But yeah, I strongly think that she's a clone. That's just me. Now, right there. So, I don't know if you guys follow D23, but it's a convention for Disney where they show like all upcoming events, movie trailers, things like that, projects, everything you can think of. Now, someone recorded a couple months ago the teaser trailer for Rise of Skywalker. Then when we actually got a trailer, the first trailer to the public, there was a piece that was not in it. For example, I doubt it's on YouTube anymore, but maybe you can Google it. In the original trailer that they showed at D23, which I believe is like a little small teaser, they showed this black box that contained Vader's helmet that Kylo had. And it was rising up through the little sliding doors. They did not show that in the trailer that they released to the public. And I found that very interesting. And then I see this trailer where they're destroying this same exact box that's holding the helmet. And actually, you can actually see the burnt helmet right up here, actually. Now, why is it in the black box? Maybe Kylo's trying to preserve it the best he can because it's still slowly, deteriorating. But this entire thing, this is probably a new First Order ship, because this is definitely a new area where they're fighting at. And right here, you're going to see Kylo's hand raised towards Vader's helmet as if he's like, no, you destroyed it. You know what I mean?
Try and force grab it so it doesn't break. I
don't know. I wouldn't try to force grab anything during a fight unless it's someone else's saber or they're force choke the hell out of them.
You know how the first trailer started with her standing there in like the desert?
Yes.
And his TIE fighter coming to get her?
Yes.
So I wonder if that scene was before this and he actually gets her and brings her here. Because if you look, her outfit isn't dirty or anything like that. And like the past clips
the first trailer, her outfit wasn't dirty either. It's the same outfit with the hood on the back, which I really, really like.
Right, but if you look at different clips, it's kind of dirty. So that I feel like later on it's gonna get dirty. I don't know.
Maybe.
And
I'm not sure.
So maybe
actually.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm actually not sure. That's a good observation, though. Like, look at that. But I don't know what could have caused their fight to lead to in front of this black box where Vader's helmet is. I mean, they're showing it for a reason because it's definitely going to play another vital role in the movie.
Imagine if he's telling her that they're related and she's like, no. But
now you see his face. Now I see what you were saying last night. That it looks like something reflecting.
There's like light
off
spots
of his
on
face.
his face.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, he's looking at something or looking through something.
Or it could symbolize like the little light that's left in him.
Well, yeah, like because when George Lucas did Return of the Jedi, and Luke was hiding from Vader, half his face was in the light and the other half was in the dark, and for a few moments he fully went to the dark because he threatened his sister Leia. And as you know, with the Jedi, you can't have attachments, you can't have feelings, but that's his sister. So obviously he's like, I don't give a shit, I'll kill you before you try to go for my sister.
And I feel like right here where you see that little bit of light left, that symbolizes that he hasn't fully gone to the dark side.
Right.
Plus he also doesn't have the Sith
eyes, right. And I don't even know if Disney will allow the whole Sith eyes thing anymore. I don't know. Because we haven't seen them. We didn't even see it with Snoke. But that I feel like that's going to explain Snoke as well. This movie is going to answer, if not all, then most of our questions.
And I feel like that's why Snoke knew that he wasn't fully on the dark side because his eyes were still.
But Snoke's eyes were blue. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
Snoke could be like something else. He could just been a clone or whatever. You never know what he is.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because like even the Inquisitors have Sith eyes. You know
So
what I mean?
it could be that he was looking at Kylo and was like, you know, you haven't fully changed to the dark side.
And I think by him killing his father really split him in two. Mm-hmm. Because you saw how he
was
hesitant of killing Leia. Mm-hmm. And because they're basically a force sensitive family, when it came down to him blasting Leia's ship, they had that force connection, and he stopped. Like he didn't even he had his thumbs on the firing trigger of his fighter, and he took them off. If he didn't have those other two fighters with him, I 110% know he would. I don't think he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have killed her.
Well, he didn't, but tried to.
I feel like at that spot where that little remnants of light reflecting on his face, that's when he decides. Because I'm telling you guys, he is going to be redeemed in this fucking movie. He's going to go beyond Vader. He's going to go beyond what Vader did by quote unquote killing the emperors, like so we thought. I feel like he's gonna make a sacrifice. I feel like he's gonna sacrifice himself for Rey, because if he turns to the good side and he lives, the entire galaxy knows that he ran the First Order. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, what would you do after that? You'll be hated for the rest of your life. That's like if Vader lived. He would be the most hated man in history.
It could also be that, maybe Rey sacrifices herself for him, or
that would be a twist.
That would be a twist. That by her sacrificing herself, he goes and turns back to the light, because he's like, people actually do care about me.
Right, because literally the name Rise of Skywalker, a lot of people forget he may have the last name Solo, but he's still a Skywalker too. Mm-hmm. Literally, Solo is just his dad's last name. Everything about Ben technically is more of a Skywalker than a Solo, because really he's nothing like Han Solo. But honestly, he'll definitely be redeemed. And I think that's why you see that remnants of light on his face, because
not only that, but you see that huge flash of light.
Right. That's the storm.
No, I know.
That's the storm. And a lot of people have theories about that too. It could be a force storm.
I think it might
But I honestly think the same thing. A force storm. Yeah, have we seen storms in the past movies? Yes, we have. Perfect example, Attack of the Clones. It was a rainstorm. I mean, given it was a rainy planet, but there was still lightning and thunder.
So by that scene with the flashes, if you look at the throne room scene, with the ancient throne, you see lightning in that scene as well.
Right.
So it could be he's going to that throne because that's where Palpatine is or something.
Yeah, because look at that throne room, and then if you kind of go back here, it's definitely two different places. You can tell in the background this is kind of like probably his crashed TIE fighter, maybe. You know what I mean? And he's looking off in the distance and he definitely sees something, or is gonna go. Honestly, that scene in the last trailer where he's walking and he ignites his saber in the snow. I think this is right before that when he starts walking.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
But this right here, I want everyone to pay attention to this spot right here. Okay? Look at the movement. Don't worry about the cloaked figure. Look at the movement. He's definitely, he or she, I'm going to say he or she, is on some type of machine that's doing the movement for them. Okay? Almost like Darth Maul's spider legs in Clone Wars when he came back.
And that's one thing that I wanted to say is in the cartoon, Palpatine, instead of killing him, was like, I still have plans for you, and didn't kill him.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, you saw him die by
Obi-Wan in Rebels.
But
what happened between that time, and which I think that's what Disney Plus is also planning for next year, a Darth Maul series. I have no confirmation on that. I don't know if that's true, but that's just rumors. But that was also like rumors of the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. That got canceled, but now it's turning into a show on Disney Plus. Confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy and Ewan McGregor themselves at D23. But back to this, the movement, that's what got me, okay? That's what got me, is how this thing is moving. Yeah, you hear laughter of Palpatine, but that does not mean that is Palpatine in the cloak, okay? Now, there was also rumor of, I forgot the guy's name. He is one of the doctors in Doctor Who, Matt something. Not Matt Smith, was it? I don't remember. But you guys can like YouTube or Google that, because J.J. Abrams isn't stupid. Disney isn't stupid. They're not going to reveal everything in a trailer, obviously. J.J. Abrams has been known to keep things under wraps.
And I feel like they're doing this to kind of trick you into thinking it's Palpatine.
Right. Because the one thing the movies have not explored yet is Sith possession. They haven't explored that yet.
Could you imagine if Palpatine possessed like Darth Vader's body after Darth Vader died?
Like his helmet?
And that's like...
And could have like clung onto it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like...
And that's why Kylo's preserving it?
Mm-hmm. Like, what if the one thing that's keeping Kylo kind of to the dark side is that helmet? I want to know how he got the helmet. I want to know, because apparently there's rumors that him and the Knights of Ren have Vader's saber. I don't know. I honestly want to know.
I wonder if he... No, because the hilt looks different. So maybe he took the cyber crystal or
the
kyber crystal out of
the saber. That's what I thought. That's what a lot of people were thinking too, and it's cracked, and that's why there's vents on the side. But then if you look at the Funko Pop figure for Luke for The Last Jedi, and then look in The Last Jedi, you see a red kyber crystal on a necklace in his little hut in The Last Jedi, and on the Pop figure you see it around his neck. So why does he have a red kyber crystal if it's not his father's? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I have no idea. It could be a piece of the crystal, and Kylo could have the other half. I don't know. But pertaining to this, like, that's what got me, and I think that's the highlight of the trailer. Of like, look at this. Look at how he moves. Look at how he or she moves. The way the machine is moving. Okay, I don't think this motherfucker is like 8 feet tall in terms of like legs. Okay, no fucking way. It would look stupid. But the way they did this shot. Okay, the way they did this shot, no skin. You see no skin, no hands, nothing. But you all know, you Star Wars fans know, Palpatine likes to have his hands a little curved and forward when he walks and when he sits down. At least old Palpatine. Okay? Younger Palpatine never had his hands forward and bent or whatever, looking like Roger from American Dad. But
he could... cloaked figure could also be going downstairs, and that's why they look so tall.
Oh, true. I didn't think about that, because wherever this planet or surface is, this motherfucker could be climbing downstairs from my temple. Oh, I didn't think about that. And I think, honestly, with all the shots of like with this included, the throne, this is all in the same area. Except for the water planet.
Yeah.
That planet, I think, is completely different.
Agreed.
That's just me. Because from the way this looks, the trailer, they're going to be jumping around from planet to planet. Okay? They're definitely going to be jumping around from planet to planet to planet. Keep things interesting. You know what I mean? But this shot with this shot, and then back here with the throne, definitely same planet. Definitely same planet. And that's just me, without a doubt. Because, like, come on. Like, look at... And that's what's getting me, guys. Like, I was stuck on this last night for a while. Like, the movement.
And that could be
The
why
movement.
it looks like that movement. 'Cause they're
But
walking
if you really look at
downstairs.
it, like, I'm gonna play it one more time. Bear with me, guys, but I'm gonna play it one more time. Look at the movement. It doesn't look like he or she is going downstairs. It looks like they're going forward, but it's just the
But
way
if
the
you-
machine is.
But if you look, it looks like they're going downwards a little bit. Like, watch the movement going down.
I don't
See?
see any movement
You
going
gotta
down.
look at the very last clip. If you look, there's like a little space right here, and it.
Well, remember, if there's space, that could just be camera angles.
True.
But
I'm
all right,
calling they're
let-
going down like stairs or something.
But let's look at it. Let's look at it. I just think that's just the machine moving.
Maybe. I'm still calling stairs. Why would they be like 8 feet tall?
But yeah, guys, like that. Those are all of our thoughts and theories. Honestly, we went frame by frame, scene by scene on everything we've seen in this brand new final trailer. Now, this movie comes out December 20th. Tickets are available. I don't know if any tickets are available still in your area, but get them when you can. I personally, and I'm kind of in a weird predicament because I may be taking a vacation around that time to Florida. So I may see it there, or I don't know if I'll see it here. So I got to figure that out. But yeah, guys, I mean, my ultimate theory for Kylo Ren is that he'll be redeemed without a doubt. I think someone's going to die, whether it be Rey or Kylo. I honestly think he will be redeemed and that he will die. And that's what redeems him. Or he lives, which I don't see how you can live in a galaxy where you've just destroyed and conquered and slain so many people. Like, I don't know. He could live. And hence the name Rise of Skywalker could start, a new Jedi Order following different rules called the Skywalkers. But what do you think, Nicole?
I mean, I don't know. It's because I feel like they're giving certain things in the trailer to kind of throw you off. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like they would put Palpatine in the trailer if Palpatine was actually back.
Well, technically mean his voice, because technically we haven't seen him. Technically.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, even that figure with the cloak.
Yeah.
People are gonna assume that
that is Palpatine. But don't. If it's the one thing you like real hardcore Star Wars fans have learned, don't assume.
What did she have around her neck?
Right here?
Like right there.
That's a good question. I didn't see anything. I think that's just like a
just like-
beacon, like a GPS thing that Leia gave. It could be the GPS thing that Leia gave her in like the Last Jedi.
But that wasn't that like a little like tiny thing like that wide and
No.
like that long?
No, it was actually rounded.
Oh.
It was like a little badge beacon type of thing. But I'm just letting the trailer play through as we talk.
Because she
guys,
doesn't have it right there.
Right. So I don't know.
Oh, it could be. Would it be that thing for the training bot?
Could be. I don't know.
So it like follows.
But
her?
again, like this threw me off because I see the mountains now.
That's what I was saying yesterday. I was like the mountains.
I totally see the.
Because you were looking at those mountains.
Yeah, I'm
and
like, why is there ripping the damn sky?
Because I was.
But
talking
I didn't think about
this.
this. I didn't think about this, and I'm very sorry. Like, this is all water.
Because I was like, those are mountains.
Yeah, this is all water. Okay, I literally just saw stars and a rip in the sky as if something like bit through it or something
But
like that.
right here, I think that's that ship that you see coming up. Because it
Maybe.
almost looks like
Well,
a
those
ship.
actually look like buildings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But like that throne is amazing. Like, fuck Game of Thrones throne. Okay, this throne is fucking fire. Guarantee you, it's fucking older. Like, come on now.
Well, that throne is non-existent anymore.
Yeah,
so.
apparently they melted it down, right?
Yeah, spoiler.
Or whatever. But yeah, like look at that, the rim of the Death Star. That little fucking whatever that thing is working on 3PO. But I think 3PO asked him to do so. Or they need 3POs needs something out of 3PO.
But how come R2 seems like excited right there when he puts his hand on him?
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, trailers are edited not in sequence, like out of sequence for a reason, to not give away the movie, and most of the time they're not just random scenes. These are scenes that play a vital role. Like, look, that, oh my god.
The way he
Oh, dude, that throne room scene. Oh my god. Like, I keep missing it, but whatever.
You get it.
And that right there, like, destroying. And honestly, I think that's what all it takes to kind of snap Kylo out of it. Maybe is the destruction of.
Or it just angers him more.
Maybe, yeah, that's true. He could go the opposite way. Instead of calming down, gets more angry. I just don't like how he's wearing the helmet while fighting, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, those are our thoughts and theories, guys. I mean, what are your thoughts and theories? Make sure you comment below. Make sure you drop a like on this video.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Hit that bell button so you can get all notifications when I do brand new content, guys.